Sup? Alright, we're gonna do a pyro guide. I'm going to go over the build first, and then we're gonna get into we're gonna go over 2 matches. I'm gonna try to explain a lot. I really want to try to get you guys to understand how I feel when I'm going into a match as pyro. It feels like I get to just go into a match and do whatever I want. Like, it feels like I'm always in a spot where I can't be killed ever. It feels like you're unkillable. That's what it feels like. And I really am hoping to be able to, deliver that feeling to you guys, because it's like I'm not doing anything like extra crazy or special or like magically, talented or nothing like that. You guys can absolutely do the same thing I'm doing. If you have any questions, make sure you let me know. Let me know if you guys need anything. We're gonna get into this match, but first, look at this. Violations in gameplay. The system has detected toxic or disruptive behavior. Man, that's crazy. I have no idea what in the world I did. I know I'm tilting a lot of people, but I have no idea what I did. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really say anything. Yeah, I haven't said anything toxic at all. I don't even teabag. I think I teabagged one time in this, and I felt kind of bad, and I haven't done it again. So, that's pretty weird. I don't know what that's about, but it's too bad it didn't say what I did. Then I could actually know a little bit of something. Anyway, let's get into this. So, this, by the way, I'm going to do a separate video on it, but this is going to be the strongest cheap build that there is. All the other classes, they need something with their perks to really, to be strong. All we need is intelligence, and we can get it just by a blue staff will be 2 away. A blue heirloom staff will be 2 away. If we go and purchase a staff, then we'll be good. So you can do that if you want. The main thing, here, we'll just go through it. So, this is what I always start with. Go straight to heirlooms. We want Drunk Alchemist and +8 weapon damage, because it scales with our fireball. Which, by the way, all abilities scale with your weapon. Swordmaster, you want to make sure you have your 2-hander or your bow out when you're throwing swords. I didn't know that for a while either, until I paid attention to it, and I was like, wow, that really is true. Now we just go blue staff. Don't get epic if you can. Try not to get epic. They did just upgrade fire staff, but we're just gonna go with this because it takes no brain power to use. No setup at all. And then we want to go... You have 2 options. You can either get boots. We need boots. Nothing else. You can go to bid, or you can go to the other buyout trades, the purchase ones. And you can get random boots. The main thing we want here is, and we want this pretty cheap, so lots of around 1200. All we're looking for is highest crit possible. 36 is not bad. Almost 37, we're gonna go with that. 1100 gold for these. Now we go straight to accessories, ring, intelligence, because, oh my gosh, 550. Rings have gone down so much. Alright, now let's take a look. So we quit boots. We're 2 off. We want this intelligence because we want that free... It's a free tiny torment. if the pyro didn't do enough damage, they come with a built-in tiny torment. And then 1 ring gets us our mark. Now, there's one more thing we can do. We can go and get a green sword. It is worth it to get the green sword, because the main thing here is the crit chance from our boots and from our sword brings us all the way to 55. Anything above 50 is great, but the value that we get from crit on the pyromancer is way more than any other class. It's just worth a lot more. A good example is imagine a pyro could move as fast as a rogue, right? Because movement speed is way more valuable on a pyromancer than it is on a rogue. The rogue needs it, yeah, but that's why the pyromancer has to be slowed down, because the value that it would get from it is too great. Now this is the same scenario. Crit is way more valuable on this. The reason is because of the fireball. It hits too hard, and to be able to double your damage of an already super hard hitting ability, it's too much. Now, what we need to do here, this is it. This is all we need. We don't need anything else. This was 2, 4, 6k gold for these, 550 plus 1200, and then this is going, between 1,000 and 1,500. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. It's less than 10,000 gold build. Very easy to profit from that. Now, what we have to have Stone Flask. You cannot play this character without Stone Flask. I only bring in... This is all the health potions I bring. I'll bring these in sometimes, but you need this to be ready at all times, that it's not worth it to even put your flasks on cooldown. It's not worth it. Because if you get jumped on, if just something weird happens you just didn't calculate for, you're screwed without Stone Flask. Remember, we're playing a squishy character, so we can get screwed pretty easily. Let's see. So we have Stone Flask. Oh yeah, we have to have mana. Now this is the main issue that sucks with this character. It sucks. Because you have to make sure that you have stuff farmed to be able to get mana. If you don't have mana, you cannot play the character. And often, okay, it's reset, but this, I've ran out of this. And then I'm like, well, I can't play anymore. And that's the worst. I've ran out with swords, with Swordmaster also. Stuff like mana and swords, and Stone Flask even, that kind of stuff needs to be... Like, you cannot play without it. You cannot play without Stone Flask. You have to have it. So make sure you pick that up. Let's see. Yeah, this is it. This is all we need. This is all I've been going with. You're way more than strong enough. I wished that we could get into juiced lobbies with this kit, but we just can't. Now, if you'll see, we're right at 15 gear score. Oh wow, I'm touching on 3 KDA. That's funny. This has gone up a whole 1 in like the last 4 or 5 days. This was actually down really low when I first started playing him, and I died to mobs like a bunch of times. Which is the next issue I want to talk about. Mobs are a huge problem. They're a very problem. You can't just hide away, especially bats. With the way that we're going to be playing, you must kill bats like on the fly. If you're going somewhere and a bat's gonna aggro, you have to just kill them. So just push your Q and then like quick input your Q and kill the bat immediately. Now, I want to real quick say before we get into some clips, there is an upgraded version of this build. It's a pretty big upgrade for like 7k more, maybe maybe a little bit more than that. But all you do is you go to ring. You get, let's see if there's 3,000 gold rings. Intelligence. Now this is the only issue with this sometimes is you don't hit your intelligence mark. Because there won't be a ring for really cheap. I mean, if we go to 6k and then filter by intelligence, we can find some. But we don't want to spend that. We want to spend as little as possible. So your option is to either, just take it for what it is and, spend 3 to 5k on a ring, which you also, by the way, you go to boots and you do the same thing. You have an easy time finding boots. It does not matter. Get boots with strength on them. It's fine. The only thing you need to care about is the crit chance. You need the crit chance. Now, if you don't want to have to bother with a ring, like with an expensive ring, you also have the option of getting a staff. It doesn't have to have Tiny Torment on it, but what you can look for is crit chance staff. We want a blue one. You can look for a staff with crit on it. Say I want to spend 8k. So here's one for 5k, 20% more crit. That would bring our our quit to 5, 6, 75. 75 is wild crit. When you get your build further past that, you easily get 100 crit, and that's just what you play with. You're going to be hitting for like 340 plus with your fireballs. If it's a rogue, they're pretty much instantaneously dead. You need to get one lightning staff, and they are dying. Same with any cloth users that are not shielding. You need one fireball and like one electric staff, and you're good. Sometimes it can depend, but you're really popping people because you're getting the double Tiny Torment. All said and done with the upgraded version of the build, your gear score is still really low. It's like it's between 16 and 18. It's super low still. Let's see. I think it's 17 actually, because this will be blue and this will be blue, and it gives one more. Don't care about will. Don't care about anything else. This can all be gray garbage. If you do get the upgraded build, if you're able to get the dexterity one, that is very good. Just being able to cast your fireball so much quicker like that, it feels really good for sure. Do not need it though. You don't really need it. Let's get in some clips though. Alright, so first thing you want to do, you need to scout the lobby. You need to know how many rogues there are. And Death Knights. Those are our biggest issue. We don't care about fighter charging us or anything like that. The way we're playing, we don't care about Druid jumping on us. The only thing we care about is how many rogues can possibly gank us and getting grabbed. Now, the very first thing you want to do when you spawn, immediately get to somewhere where you're able to fight. Somewhere high ground, somewhere balanced or not balanced, somewhere that's unfair for someone to have to fight you in. If you do spawn here, you just need to be paying attention to the top. There is a spawn there, but if you don't see someone immediately, then you're probably good. You can pull this goblin off, but you want to keep him alive because he's like your security. If you see mooses, you want to check here because some people like to try to like fight down here for some reason. And it's terrible, like this. It's so bad. This is... You cannot spawn here on any character. You have to leave immediately. Because in this situation, this guy will just be dying. And there's not really anything he can do about it. Make sure you keep your mana up. Don't let it get as low as I just did. Yeah, nothing he's able to do there. His grab's too short. Unfortunately, he doesn't have anything, but a mana potion is good. That's really unfortunate. They already got that thing to a second phase. Jeez, that's terrible. I just accidentally blocked with left click. It's another thing that's really annoying. There's so many attacks you cannot run past because you're too slow. So don't learn the hard way like I just had to learn. The werewolf in his second phase can chase you down and still hit you while having to go through an animation because you're that slow. Now from this spot you have a couple options. People are dying like a lot, so on this particular match I might not do it, but I'm going to show it anyway. You immediately charge Fireball and come to here. Learn that jump, by the way. You need to... that makes going through here super fast. This is how you get on Cyclops from this side. If this is a Mimic, you can use the pots, by the way. Just need to hit this board, the boards that are leaning down. And then we charge Fireball in case someone's here. If someone is here and they hear you, you immediately come to here. And if they push you, you just can knock them off. If they don't come down, then they can't hit you. And if they do come down, they get knocked off. So it's a guaranteed win situation. You just sit there and charge your Fireball. Okay. You got a good pounce. We're gonna immediately cut him off. Now we know it's not a full lobby, so we feel alright pushing. And there he just went. Still has not healed. Still don't think he's healed. He has to shut doors. And that's how it goes. This is also a very good room, by the way. There's a lot of stuff you can jump on. Melee fighter comes in here, you're perfectly good. If they're a Death Knight, they pull you out, you just use your E, put stone flask down and immediately jump back on here. Don't try to keep outplaying after you use E and a stone flask. You do not want to keep attacking unless you can kill them in the very next hit. Because we're no longer invincible. We're no longer in a spot where we're just not killable. They can use some skill and be able to outplay you. You don't want to give them the opportunity to use skill. That is, by the way, any high-level gaming that you're playing anything. You play in a way where no one can use skill to do better than you. That's how everyone will do it. And we're gonna leave with this. It's not a huge run or anything, but it's an efficient run. There's not many people left, and we are in casual. Very recommended to play pyro on castle. Not casual, but castle. So if it's classic castle, that's fine. Let's check how many people are in here. Yeah, see, there was only one guy. This would have been a great kill. This is a very common kit, by the way. Very, very common kit. I see this all the time. The last 400k I've made has all been from casual. Because everyone's running kits. Alright, now there's bats on me, which is very terrible. Start charging fireball. We are perfectly safe here. Always try to go for your fireballs against a wall or something. Now this guy could go play this in a way where I'm screwed. If I was him, I would want him to push me, and I'd sit right there around the corner, crouched, not making a single move. She's hitting the wall, so I believe he's doing that. This is how you deal with this spot, though. Yeah, I mean, this is how it goes. People just, they don't know about this. He has potions out, he won't be blocking. Pretty sure you can block those little fireballs. That's how you deal with that, though. Very, very common that happens. If he was not to show up there, we would simply go right up here, and then we would go along here, and see if we can get him to make any kind of sound or something. Now, remember, we want to keep playing in spots where we have an unfair advantage. Any game you're playing high level, this is how you're supposed to be playing it. You always play it in a way where you're at a gigantic advantage, right? You want an unfair advantage even. Everyone is always, head glitching. There's a million different ways in a bunch of different games where you want to get an unfair advantage. High ground, obvious. There's a more obvious unfair advantage. So, say the circle is pulling us. We're in casual. Only play. If you want to maximize, just play classic and casual castle. Don't even bother with Sinner's End. It's very there's some spawns in Sinner's End that are 100% you're screwed. You'll either be screwed by the circle on Sinner's End. Moving with the circle is extremely important, and that is where Pyro is at its weakest form. Is being forced to leave their strong position, because they're weak in like hallways like this. Say there was no door here, and it was just a hallway with no chandeliers, just another one of these rooms. This is where Pyros are weak. Fighter comes through there, bait a fireball, shove a stone wall here, but just enough to where you can walk around it. And then the fighter just throws throws stone flask. Pyro throws fireball at stone flask wall. The fighter leaves enough room to walk through here. It's not an unfair advantage for pyro. Now this is how we navigate this area in case storm is pulling. You need to practice these jumps. We're only using W key. If you might can almost make it. You have to jump like right here. Now this is the only spot where we're scared. You start charging fireball at the doorway. If anyone is here, they'll be crouching. You'll hear them crouching, crouch walking. You immediately come here. Now, based on the kill feed and what's going on in the game, I doubt that there's people there. But I'm just gonna, assume that there is. Jump to this wall. Jump to here. I could be wrong, but I felt like I heard someone. I think it was just me pulling out my weapon. Now, this spot lets you be able to see over the wall, see if anyone's camping here. Okay, yeah, we hear people in here. We will wait here a second. And here he is. Always try to throw at the wall. He probably thinks we're up top, and I think he just realized that we're not. Throw at that wall. Unfortunate not crit. Now we see him right there. There's a chance maybe we can get him here. We do. This is why you want that intelligence. Very slim chance, but okay, we totally missed. This is how you rotate this spot. Now, I'm going to show you how to push people that are holding up there. This is also, by the way, how you rotate Castle or Cyclops. We don't go through all of this. We never go down there. We keep playing in a spot where we're not fightable. That's what you have to do with a pyro. We have Stone Flask. We see him up here. We just start charging. We will get him down from there. That was terrible. Okay, this is how you deal with this. This is fine. Every time. It will happen every time. He has no pull. We will heal and mana. We will not mana. We will just immediately go back up. Our rotation is faster this way. This is why these spots are so strong. Okay, we will mana, and he's going to think that he's going to beat us here. Immediately, when people are jumping down on you, you jump straight to here. He has grab. Alright, we have E and Stonewall. Okay, or this. They are crouch teaming, because Pyro is toxic. But this is fine. We need that door shut, actually. I don't know if this was him or not. I'm looking in the top left corner of my screen for him. Always W key when you're dodging, by the way. Steer with your mouse. If someone's pushing you, you play on these. You push this spot on top of this. Okay, we know he has no grab. That was a miss. It's 4 minutes. We're gonna drink a mana potion and go all the way up. Okay, now this is where it's annoying because not having mana is just the worst. So it's kind of like Swordmaster. You get to play as long as you have swords, but you can carry more mana than you can swords. I've been playing Swordmaster basically this same exact way, except Swordmaster just doesn't do it as well. We really hope that you would go the other side over here. No. I'm waiting for him to, the very second I see an opportunity. Okay, we turn this off. Where he can pull, I'm trying to be ready for it. And we're good. We're good to leave. Very common stuff these people are carrying. This is why you want to play Castle, though, because when you have to move with the circle on Classic, and it's much easier on Castle to move with the circle. This is that dude from earlier. I've seen this guy a couple times. Yeah, Sinner's End, it's just, there's just no point in playing it. Because it's just that you could get unlucky. That's the main issue. If you do happen to get a bad spawn, you are super screwed. There's a couple of spots where I've spawned in, and it's a spot where I'm forced to fight mobs. And if I'm forced to fight mobs, whoever hears me is just gonna W key me. They'll hear what character I'm playing, which has happened to me a lot. Spawn next to a guy, he immediately just runs right up to me because he's a Death Knight. He knows he gets to go wherever he wants. Melee users are very strong on Sinner's End. Corrals are actually also super strong. And I'm gonna go over it, but Corrals are not really nerfed, honestly. I'm gonna go over it, but I'll say why. The main thing is when a nerf happens, you do not play the same way. It's not that cryos are nerfed, it's that the way that they were playing is nerfed, but very often a nerf doesn't even have to apply to you at all. For example, we got nerfed, Pyro got nerfed. How did they get nerfed? They take more physical damage. Why does that not apply to us at all? Because we're playing on Castle, and we're only playing on spots where we're not even getting physically attacked anyway. So it's like it's the same regard. We're nerfed. We're technically nerfed, but the nerf does not apply to us at all. Doesn't mean a single thing. That's the way you need to look at nerfs. Same with buffs. If you get a buff, the buff could be even more of a buff than you think if you play a different way. This is extremely important. This goes for all games. You don't want to be in a mindset when it's like, oh, nerfed. I can't play him anymore, or he's bad because he nerfed. Why would they nerf him? You know, the nerf might actually just not mean a single thing. Alright, that's all for this one. If you guys have any questions, or if there's something that you need me to go over, just let me know. I played all day the other day, and I didn't get a single juicer the entire time. We're playing right at 15 gear score, and we're fighting people with, 20 plus gear score, full blues. So, that's how these matches went pretty standard for me. This is about how they usually go. Yeah, let me know if you guys need anything. I'll see you guys real soon in the next one. Thanks.